Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special session. This is the George Orwell Prize session, and it's my great pleasure, honour and privilege to introduce the winner of this year's George Orwell Prize for book, Raja Shehadeh. My name is Andrew Franklin, and I'm a trustee of the Edinburgh International Book Festival, and I'm also Raja's publisher. My day job is to be the publisher of Profile Books, and we are Raja's publisher for his last 3 books, including this one, the winner of the Orwell Prize 2008. This is the 15th year of the Orwell Prize, and just to say just 2 minutes on the Orwell Prize, I'd like to invite Professor Sir Bernard Crick, who is sitting over there and is the founder of the prize, just to say a little bit about the prize and its purposes. Bernard.
This is a treble pleasure for me, so 1 minute each. This is a treble pleasure for me, so can you hear me at the back? Yes. Oh, that's right. You know, Balfour was once speaking on the floor of the House of Lords and somebody shouted, "Speak up," and he affably replied, "I would if anyone were listening." But anyway, it's a treble pleasure. One, because I've lived in Edinburgh, and indeed I hope become more Scottish than anything else in the last 20 years. I won't go on this for too long. And secondly, because here are 2 people whom I very much admire. Raja, I only met this year, the first year in which I was not chairman of the judges for the Orwell Prize. 15 years was enough, so I decided to cut and hand over completely. Imagine somebody trying to run it with me sitting there. So I cut completely, the decent thing, and Jean Seaton now runs it, and so I think Raja was the first or perhaps the second award in the new regime, and a very fine award too. And also a great pleasure that Andrew Franklin is here in the chair. I first met him, you won't remember, I'm sure, when he was 6 years old, and I knocked on his front door to deliver a manuscript typed by myself in those primitive days to his father. I think the first book I had published.
Don't embarrass me. I think you need to move the story on. No more.
Norman Franklin. Well, I was only going to name your father. That doesn't embarrass you, I hope. And so there we are. It's a very good conjunction. And the Orwell Prize, it came into my mind about 15 years ago, being struck by his phrase in the last 3 years of his life, above all I wanted to make political writing into an art. So right from the beginning we said it must be good writing and it must have a real political or social content, and the 2 things can and should go together. There's a little bit of political philistine among some literary types, says he, with a capital L, you know, that nobody who writes about politics writes well. Well, that's rubbish. So we try to encourage good political writing, both in journalism and for the books. And so the conjunction of these 2 friends on the platform, the English Jew publisher who goes to Israel quite a lot, and the Palestinian Muslim, but old friends across difficult lines. This is a very, very good coincidence indeed, particularly as profile books, and this will be one more sentence of embarrassment, Andrew, after Andrew in one of those many inexplained and irrational revolutions in Penguin Books, got the Noble Order of the Boot. In a very short time, he set up one of the most interesting independent publishers, indeed possibly the most successful of any independent publisher, very much specializing on non-fiction work, of which Raja's 3 books are exemplary. Well, that's enough on the Orwell Prize.
Do you want me to correct the mistake or you? Do you want to correct the mistake or shall I about you being a Muslim? Yeah. Bernard, thank you very much indeed, and I will give you a brown envelope with used notes in it after the event. Roger, let's start immediately with the Orwell Prize, which is a prize in recognition of the art of political writing. What has it made a difference to you? What does it mean?
Well, it has meant a lot, and of all prizes, to win a prize named after George Orwell is a great honor because of what he was trying to do, which becomes more relevant with time, not less relevant. I've always tried to write on political subjects and to write in a manner that will be close to good writing. And I think getting the prize was a recognition of this, and this is very important. I start from a very difficult ground because as a Palestinian, the image of the Palestinian is very negative. And the images relayed of Palestinian land are all grim and dark. And so to write Palestinian walks and argue that the land is a beautiful land and worth preserving, if nothing else, is not an easy task, and it has been made easier, certainly in terms of the promotion of the book, by winning the prize. Another important aspect of winning the prize has been the response at home. I have written other books, and the response was not so strong. This time I got recognition from the highest political sources, the Prime Minister of the Palestinian Authority. I don't know why they call themselves with these fancy names, but that's what he calls himself. Had a ceremony in my honor, and read a speech which recognized my work, and therefore made many more people aware of my work, which of course is in English, with very few of my books in Arabic, and that was very important. And also it has inspired other people other than writers, filmmakers, to make films about the Palestinian landscape, and this is very important in the struggle to preserve the land, which is literally vanishing with all these settlements that are being built. So yes, it has been very important to win this prize.